with comedian Dave Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So it just seems to keep happening. Every single time the Australian cricket team looks like it's just dead and buried, a fucking superstar comes along. Out of nowhere, you don't even know their name one day, and the next day they're a fucking absolute superstar. It happened with Dave Warner, Steve Smith, even Ricky Ponting. If you go back then, they didn't really need a superstar when fucking Ponting burst onto the scene. But he came on and he dominated for most of his career, except for the last 4 years where he was just a sack of shit. I mean, you can go back further. You can go back Shane Warne. You can go back Glenn McGrath. He didn't really burst onto the scene, McGrath. Like, he wasn't a fucking lightning rod. He just bowled the same ball every single ball for his entire career. And that's what made him great. But Warney definitely. Well, today, the Australian cricket team found an absolute fucking superstar. A 19-year-old kid, Sam Konstas, a player of Greek origin of the same ilk as fucking Nick Kyrgios, Mark Philippoussis, these types. I've never even heard of a Greek cricket player. Usually they either go into boxing, kickboxing, or rendering. A little bit of bricklaying as well. There's not a broad spectrum of jobs the Greeks fill. But there is now a cricketer. Now, I just need to set the scene for those of you who know nothing about cricket and have already fucking tuned out because you don't know anything I'm talking about or I just talked about. So, the fucking biggest test of the year for the Australian cricket team is the Boxing Day test. The day after Christmas, it's at the MCG, the home of Australian cricket, even cricket in general. I suppose Lords is the home, but fuck Lords. It holds like 16,000 people or something. The MCG holds 100,000, and usually the first day of the Boxing Day test, you get a hungy in there. You get a hungy in 10 sometimes. So it's the biggest fucking test, the most pressure. Everyone wants to perform. And they throw in this kid, this 19-year-old kid, Sam Konstas. I watched his post-match interview. He's kind of articulate, but also semi-retarded. You can't tell whether he's got like Down syndrome or whatever that fucking Rain Man had. Autism, high-level autism. Anyway, the Australian cricket team has just lost one of their generational fucking opening batsmen. One of the greatest cricketers of the generation, David Warner. He retired, I think it was this test or the next test last year. So the Australian cricket team have been on search for an opening batsman for a year now, and they haven't found fucking anyone. They put up Steve Smith, who was like number 3 or 4 batsman. He failed. He ate shit. Then they put in McSweeney, who also sucked. And I think, who gives a fuck who else they've put in? So anyway, opening the batting is the hardest thing because you're facing the best bowler from the opposition team and they've got a new ball. Oh, I need to go into like details of the cricket to explain why that's important. So cricket goes for so long that the ball eventually gets soft. I'm not going into it, but a new ball's better because it's hard and it's shiny and it's fast and like you're facing the best bowler. Anyway, the pressure is big. So they throw this 19-year-old fucking Greek kid in against the Indian cricket team who are like one of the best sides in the world, but they have this bowler, fucking Jasprit fucking Bumrah. And he is currently the best fast bowler in the world. And he's been fucking destroying the Australian cricket team this series. No one's been playing him well. He's just a great fucking bowler. Anyway, they throw this Sam Konstas in opening the batting on the biggest stage, under the most pressure, against the best bowler in the world. And the kid just fucking lights the joint up. Like overnight, he became a superstar. He went from unknown to a legend almost in one innings. And he didn't even score that many runs. He scored 60 runs, which is good. It's actually great. The meaning of those runs is much more than 60. That's like scoring a fucking 100. They're tough runs to get on that stage against that bowler in that situation, his very first test, and he lights the joint up for 60. And that's the strange thing. It's like people have gone wild about this 60. Anyone else scoring a 60, it's not even that fucking interesting. But people understand how he scored those runs, against who, the situation, and the ramifications of the audaciousness of how he fucking played. He was playing shots against the best fast bowler in the world. You're talking the ball's coming down at 150 k's an hour. You can't even see it. And this little fucking 19-year-old cunt is reverse sweeping the best fast bowler in the world for 6 over the fence. Basically a home run. I don't know what the equivalent in baseball would be, but in tennis it would be like hitting the ball between your legs for a winner against Federer. But doing it constantly. And it's your first fucking match. And then you win the match. So Australia has gone absolutely wild. And like in the middle of it, there's this Indian guy, Virat Kohli. He's a legendary cricketer. He's one of the greats of all time. It shows how good this fucking Sam Konstas was playing, and the fucking, just the brazenness of the whole thing. Virat Kohli, in between overs, was walking up to the other end and went out of his way to hip and shoulder Sam Konstas, like fucking shake him up a little bit. And Virat Kohli's a little fucking midget. He was up to like Sam's fucking tit. Sam could have just crushed him. I don't know what the fuck Kohli was on about. So that was like a fucking nod as well. That was a head nod to like, this kid is going to be unstoppable. We've got to stop him now. Otherwise, this could get out of hand. And now the Australian cricket team, who are looking just average all year for the last couple of years since Warner retired, even before that, now looks electrifying with this Konstas kid in. He's the next captain of Australia. He's going to fucking be dominating for the next 15 years. I don't even like the Australian cricket team, but I'm going to enjoy watching this little cunt play. Now I've got to start doing shows in India with the Australian and the Indian cricket teams going head to head in a volatile match. And the Indians are pretty passionate about their cricket. Anyway, that was fucking exciting today. It was great. That'll do for tonight, and I'll see ya the fuck later.